I was thrown out of school about 6 times. I was thrown out of every single class. My principals and my teachers had a really tough time with me. I would go into an exam and not write a word. I mean, I was really bad at studies.
You were very dedicated, though. 6 times. That's a lot of dedication.
I was always caught drawing in school, in class, in college. From college, when I went into my first postgraduate program in advertising and media communications, that's where my life really turned around, where I got exposed to the advertising world. By the way, this story is in Mumbai, and I am at Nariman Point, which is probably one of the most expensive pieces of real estate in Mumbai. And that's where you have the Express Towers, which is basically where Low Lintas was headquartered. And I go up to the 16th floor, the doors open, and I see people in shorts, flip-flops, and then I also see side by side people in suits. And I'm like, what? Wow. This is possible? Yeah. This is a thing? And immediately I fell in love. Like I knew right away that this is where the rest of my life in advertising, marketing, branding, this is kind of the space that I wanted to be in. It just I felt like right at home. I had never felt better. And then from there, I ran my own agency and studio with a friend of mine, business partner back in India. And we worked on a whole bunch of stuff from airlines to sports teams to music festivals to restaurants, schools, a lot of cool stuff. It was a fun 6 years.
Just to dig in on that for a second, really curious on why you chose that path for yourself to start your own agency rather than, go somewhere where maybe you could be exposed to more senior designers to learn from.
Okay. I think we're going to have to let the audience in on the secret. Well, I wasn't getting hired. People were telling me that, Paul, you're not creative. And I was really struggling to make ends meet. And then finally I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to do it myself. I'm going to just start my own agency.
Really grasping your future by the reins here.
This has kind of been my story throughout, is that when I was in school, I was constantly rejected. When I got into the advertising world, which I fell in love with, again, I was rejected. Initially, I was rejected because they were like, you're not creative. And then I did get a job as a copywriter, because initially even though I was an art person, I did start it out as a copywriter because I was really interested in long form copy. And I felt that copywriters were doing all the thinking. That's naturally where I wanted to be. Even though I was a writer in the beginning, I actually enjoyed that more because now I was able to think about my ideas as I was writing them and how they would visualize later. I had the skill of the thinking meeting the execution. So that was really helpful. But I always wanted to kind of do my own thing on top of that anyways. Like when I got back to my hometown, Chandigarh, I called up one of my friends and I told him this idea of starting an agency. And then we got together and then we smashed it for about 6 years.